Hello friends, welcome to today's video. I thought I would do a little bit of a grocery haul today. I do sort of one main shopping during the week, and then we'll sometimes pick up some fresh meat or something for making meals later in the week, should I feel like it. But I got all my shopping done Saturday morning because we're supposed to be having a big snowstorm coming in, and I wanted to make sure that everything was done, so if I get snowed in, I still have meals to eat and food to prepare for the week. So yeah, I don't have this organized, so I'll kind of be talking through why I bought certain things and what meals I have planned as I go through. So let's start grabbing stuff. The green onions I have here aren't for any specific meal during the week. I like to have green onions on hand because you can sort of chop them up and add freshness to anything that you're making. But I am planning on making a couple of curries this week, and I do think some like fresh chopped green onion on top would add a nice little bit of fresh flavor to them. So that's what I picked these up for. I'll try to organize myself a little bit here. So for lunches during the week this week, I'm planning on doing wraps. So I picked up some of these Weight Watchers wraps. These are the 100% whole wheat tortillas. These are 2 points per tortilla. So my plan is that I'm going to take one of these. I have some Laughing Cow cheese that I already bought last week that I still have left over. So I can spread some of that on here. And then I also have, and I put this in the fridge already, some shaved deli turkey, and it actually ends up being 0 points because it doesn't have any additives to it that would add any points to it, and I am doing the blue plan. So some cheese, a wrap, some shaved turkey in here, and then probably like maybe a little bit of the green onion, maybe a little bit of you know, if I still have some cucumber left in the fridge, some of that to put in to sort of add a veggie element to it, and that will be my wrap during the week. I still have some fruit and bananas left over from last week, but I did pick up a couple more apples because I like to have like whatever the main element of my lunch is, and then I will have a piece of fruit, and then I'll usually pack some yogurt to go with that as well for my lunch to kind of get some protein, some fruit, and I have some carrots as well in the fridge, so I might do some chopped carrots to have more veggies in my lunch. I mentioned yogurt there. If you ever watch any of my grocery hauls, you'll know I use a lot of Greek yogurt, the plain 0%, which is 0 points. I use this as a sour cream replacement. I use this as a base for making dips. I use this mixed with protein powder to flavor it a little bit, just as a really filling snack. So I'm constantly buying whatever Greek yogurt, although apparently this is not a Greek yogurt, it's a skyr yogurt. But basically it's a high protein, low fat yogurt. This is another one of those things that I picked up, not because I have a specific use for it this week, but because I like to always keep frozen cauliflower on hand. If you like mashed cauliflower, and I do, I like it as a really easy side dish, then buy frozen cauliflower. Fresh cauliflower tends to be expensive, and you have to actually like break it down before you steam it. If you use frozen cauliflower, basically what I do is I just take this frozen, put it into a pot with about an inch of water at the bottom that's boiling, so it's basically like steaming it. Just let it go for as long as I want to, basically until it's very soft. I then drain it, mash it with a potato masher, and leave it on a hot element to kind of cook some of the water out of it a little bit more. Add a bunch of salt and pepper, and I will have it just like that. So it's a 0 point side dish that I find, I mean, probably just because I haven't had real mashed potatoes in a while, tastes like mashed potatoes, and it's so easy if you buy the frozen stuff. I like to keep it on hand in the freezer as an easy side dish. Before I get into talking about the couple of dinners that I have planned that I bought some stuff for and have some stuff for already, I wanted to talk about my plan for this week for evening snacking, because I do have a problem with evening snacking, especially when I go over to my partner's place. He tends to keep on hand things like crackers and peanut butter and cheese, and I tend to snack my way through his stuff, which first of all I feel kind of bad about because I'm eating his food, but also I just find it harder to have portion control. So what I decided to do this week was buy myself some of the stuff that I tend to snack on, and then actually put it, first of all, leave it at his place so I don't have access to it here, but then actually like put myself out a serving of it. So count out 5 or 10 saltines and a couple of tablespoons of Cheese Whiz and actually enjoy it instead of what I sometimes do, which is take the entire sleeve of these and a jar of peanut butter and sit there and just eat it while I watch TV, which is how I run out of points during the week. So this is my plan to plan ahead rather than reacting to food that's on hand. I have 2 dinners planned for this week. Usually then my partner will make a couple of dinners. We might go out once a week and then just decide what we're gonna do for a couple of nights or have leftovers or something. So the 2 recipes that I'm planning on making are both curries. So one is from the Yum and Yummer cookbook, and it's the speedy channa masala. I already have cans of chickpeas in my cupboard because I tend to keep those kinds of things on hand. So I picked up some crushed tomatoes because that goes into the recipe, as well as fresh ginger and some onion. I think I'll only need 1 onion, but I like keeping onion on hand. And then there's a bunch of other spices and things that go into it, but basically it's like a 1-point meal and it's a lot of cupboard food. So it's very easy to make and very inexpensive to make. It's basically onions, garlic, chickpeas, fresh grated ginger, tomato, and then a bunch of spices. And it all sort of cooks together almost like an Indian spiced chili, and it's just really delicious. And we may have some of that with mashed cauliflower, or we just have bowls of it on its own. And the other curry I'm planning on making, I am planning on making later in the week, so I'm going to need fresh chicken for that. But I'll probably stop and buy chicken on the way home just so I'm not worried about buying something close to its best before date. Again, it's a curry that is made with a tomato base, and I've actually put a recipe video of this on my channel and I'll link that down below. It's my kind of like fake out, I want to call it butter chicken, but I mean it's basically made with tomatoes, fresh ginger, fresh garlic, a lot of spices, chicken breast, and then some peanut butter in it instead of like ground cashews. And then I tend to finish it either with a couple tablespoons of cream if we have it, or even just milk. And it's a very delicious filling chicken curry that really the only points is coming from some oil to cook the spices and ginger and garlic in, and the peanut butter that gets added in. And my partner and I basically have the entire dish between the 2 of us, and it is just delicious. So I will link that recipe down below if you're interested. And those are my groceries for the week. I also bought a container of Diet Coke, or like 12 cans of Diet Coke, but those also went over to my partner's place because, again, it's something that I like to have in the evenings, and we tend to spend more of our evenings over there. So I like to have Diet Coke now and then. I'm not at all a fan of full sugar soda. I never have been. I never grew up eating it, or drinking it, I should say, but we always had Diet Coke around, so I tend to crave that. I try not to have it too often, but I have it now and then as a treat. So I bought some of that and left it at his place. So this is my grocery haul for the week. I hope this sort of helps to talk through what I'm planning, some of my strategies for snacking, and sharing some of that with you. If you enjoy these, give this a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!